welcome to my channel. My name is Dji Mavic. I'm a documentary filmmaker, video content creator based here in Antwerp. Today I'll make a very quick review about the Dji Mavic 3. And the reason for making this review is because I've read a lot of negative reviews on Facebook and YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you're part of the Dji Mavic 3 Facebook page, you realize that absolutely it feels like no one has anything good to say about this drone. I'm quite surprised because somehow it feels like I'm part of the lucky few who had a very good copy. My drone has no issues. I've been flying for over 6 weeks now, about 6 or 7 weeks, and I've accumulated over more than 50 hours flying time. I've had absolutely zero issues. So yeah, I just feel like I make this review for you guys. So I'll be testing some of the functions, the return to home, the tracking, and all those things. And guys, I hope this is quite insightful, and I hope it helps someone out there. So without no further ado, I know I've spoken too much already, but still, let's jump into the review. Alright, so I got the Mavic 3 Pro combo, and that is because I felt it's just smart that I get the combo that comes with 3 batteries and the ND filters and all those beautiful extra propellers, and this bag as well. So I feel like a lot of people don't actually, talk about this bag. I feel like it's good quality, and I think the price is about 200 euros or so. I don't know if it reflects that. I don't know, to be honest with you, but it's really, really good. And as you can see, I have mine in the backpack configuration, which is quite useful. I like the messenger configuration as well too. But yeah, the backpack is quite useful. It looks less fancy, but it's quite useful. So I would unzip this, unbuckle this rather. This can be a hassle sometimes, but yeah, I see a lot of people, they get the boxes like from third parties and stuff like that, which is quite good. I think it's a bit more useful, but so far so good. I like this as well. So this is the drone. It looks really, really beefy, really, really strong. Yeah, I like it. I have no regrets. I didn't go for the cine version because that was almost 5 grand, and to be honest with you, I don't know if ProRes and the 1TB SSD is worth extra almost 2,000 euros for me. That's why I got. Yeah, I got just a very simple version. Well, not simple, but yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. The image quality is quite the same. And yeah, so I'm going to set this over here. I have my full charge, and I'm going to put this in on. Yeah, so for me, I don't have the RC Pro, which is something I really want to get at a point because it's quite convenient, or more convenient than using my mobile phone. Sometimes I want to make calls and do other stuff on my mobile phone. I wouldn't want it to, I wouldn't want to interrupt my flight and all those things. But so far so good. It's fine for me. I really do like it. I like it also because the battery lasts like really, really long, to be honest with you, I barely have to charge it, and yeah, I like it. But I can only imagine what having the RC Pro feels like, having the beautiful, bright, big, is it 5 inches screen or 5.5, something like that. It's quite good. I like it. But so far so good. I like the NCR1 Pro controller as well too. It does what I need, and that's it. Hello. So in case you're wondering where I am, I'm currently in Canon. It's a city it's a town rather, in the province of Luxembourg. I think it's close to the country Luxembourg. If you don't know where Belgium is, it's kind of, you have Luxembourg, you have France, you have Germany, you have Netherlands, and you have Belgium. So like in the center of Europe, somewhere like that. It's quite nice. So guys, I just realized I have only 3 bars because I flew yesterday, but I didn't charge it afterwards, and this should be actually more than enough for me. So first of all, we're going to try the return to home, and a lot of people complain about this, about that drone not landing in the exact spot. To be honest with you, 9 out of 10 times my drone lands in the exact same spot, and that is because whenever I take off, most times, right, I make sure I wait for a couple of seconds for the satellites and the own navigation systems like pinpoint my location before I take off. That actually helps. Alright guys, so I will have to postpone this flight for like 10 minutes or so because I just looked at my map, and actually really close to a prison and a kind of a military airport, something like that. Well, I could still fly though, but I'm right at the border, at the edge. I would want to risk it, so I would need to go more towards the east. I'll see you guys in about 3 minutes. Place where it's quite better. No I'm not in close proximity to any sort of restricted zone and stuff like that. Well, I could fly from where I was initially, but I was really close to like an airstrip, which is not safe. And again, a prison, man, like that's serious. So yeah, where I'm right now is really more of the outskirts of the city, which is quite nice. But the problem is a lot of trees with tiny branches which have no leaves, and this is actually an issue where a lot of people run into. You know, you complain about your DJI running into branches and stuff like that. In an environment like this where it's super cloudy and gray, when you have trees without branches, I mean your camera is prone to not see these tiny branches. So without much talk, let's get into it. I'm just going to take off gently, and you see it's quite windy. It's quite a windy day. I don't know if you can really hear me or stuff like that, but the setting that I have on my DJI is actually for it to break whenever there's an object, and I prefer that because it won't try to find a safer route or stuff like that. That's not really what I want to do. I prefer it this way, but the issue is that sometimes it can be too sensitive and it kind of obstructs your flight with this kind of jerking movement. I guess it's sort of a trade-off. If you know a better alternative, kindly let me know. All right, so I will be taking off right now. I get my home point. I'm gonna stay away. Can you focus me? I'm gonna stay a little bit away from my drone so you guys can hear me. My drone is currently hovering about 1.3 meters from the ground, and at this point, I'm rested assured that when I land my drone, it's gonna land in the exact same point. All right, so let's go. So I'm always flying in the manual mode. They call it the pro mode, right? And it's quite a gray day though, but I'm going to try to expose it. I'm going to turn the camera down a little bit and see what I see. This looks good, I think. I'm going to turn 360. I'm going to raise the camera up, and this looks good. It's not the best of days right now to shoot, to be honest with you. It's quite a gray, but I like it. Yeah. All right, so I think I like the view that I get, and I'm going to start recording, and I'm going to push gently. The view is really nice. I really like it. To be honest with you, I like the quality I get from this drone. That is the main reason that I got it. That was my selling point, and I do understand that, yeah, it isn't complete yet. We're still waiting for the, I'll call it the magical firmware update. But so far, when it comes to the image quality, I really do like it, and I am more than impressed. So I'm currently at 104 meters high, and yeah, it's good so far. I really like it. Okay. So I'm going to try to return to home now, and I'm going to see. Let's see if it lands exactly where I took up from. This is supposed to find the quickest route, I think. That's what they said. Guys, currently I am here, and let's see if it lands exactly. Let's see if it lands exactly at the same point. I don't really think so. Yep. See, this is actually a very tricky place to land your drone because of the trees, the tiny branches, no leaves and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, for the very first time I was quite skeptical, but I'm so impressed at how it was able to maneuver its way to the exact landing point. I think this was the exact same point where it took off from. And guys, so that is it. I'm kind of impressed with that. For the tracking features and those stuffs, I wouldn't try them right now here because, to be honest with you, I cannot trust it because of the trees again, and I'm very close to the roadside, so I don't want any kind of mishap to happen. But my overall flight experience with this drone is that it's super nice. I really do like it. The image quality is fantastic. The flight experience is good. The battery lasts really long. At this moment, I have 72% battery. I've had this drone on since the very first location that I was at, and it's really good. So I'm going to try another shot now, but this I'm going to put more emphasis on the image quality, and I'm also going to put more emphasis on the flying experience, not just the return to home. All right, so let's see that. So as usual, I'm always going to let it stay for a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to go. Sorry guys, so at this moment I'm currently disconnected. I lost my signal, and that is because I'm above this hill, which is quite really high. I believe if I was at a higher altitude myself, I wouldn't experience it. But yeah, the drone is coming back, and if you look at my screen right now, I currently have it back, and that was the settings that I put, that whenever I lose connection of sort, it should come back by itself. And to be honest with you, for some reasons I'm not worried, and the drone is back, and yeah, I'm super happy. I see it over there. So yep, and this is myself over here, just down here. Hey, and so let's land again. So I guess this is the points where you want to get the RC Pro controller, because you know it has a better range and the connectivity is also better. Yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, so I'm talking quickly about this whole issues about disconnecting and your safety functions, right? So for me, my safety function is whenever I have any sort of issue with my drone, that is when it disconnects, right, or loses connection or anything, my automatic safety function is return back to home. And I did this because I think it's only smart that your drone comes back to the point where you took off from than land. I know that there are scenarios where, there are scenarios where landing on that spot will be good, but like say in an instance, for instance, where you're out of battery, right, and you can't make it back home, so it's safer that it lands certain points, and if you're lucky enough, you're able to pick it up from there. But I always make sure that I don't go further than my battery can take me back to my starting point, So when I lost connection, I was not worried. I kind of trust it. I know it's weird to say, considering we're talking about the Mavic 3, right? How can you trust this drone? But I trust it, and it took a couple of seconds for me to get visual line of sight with the drone again, and to also get connection back to it. So yeah, that's good. Quite impressed. All right, guys. To conclude this video, I think the Mavic 3 is a fantastic drone. I really do like it. It has its issues. To start with, this controller that it comes with, I feel like it doesn't reflect the price of the drone. At least they would have painted it even deep gray or something, you know. This is the same controller that comes with the Mavic Air 2S. They say the Mini as well too, and I think for a drone that costs 3,000 or 5,000 euros, you should get a better controller. At least get the RC Pro. So with regards to that, I think it would have been better off if DJI made a different controller for this drone. But I'm still okay with this. The battery of this controller is quite good. The connectivity is good, not the best. As you've experienced, I kind of lost connection just now. I was barely a kilometer away, but again, it was due to the fact that I was going above this hill and descending and all that stuff. But yeah, another downside to this drone is, to be honest with you, from my experience, I really don't have any downside. It's just this controller for now, which I just experienced. There are days I've gone about 2 kilometers. I'll say this drone, if you are a professional who makes money from making videography or aerial videography or pictures and stuff like that, you should get it. While it's quite pricey, but I think it's worth every penny. If you're a hobbyist and you just want the best drone, I think this is not for you. You should get the Air 2S or the Air 2 or the Mavic Mini and those series. They are really, really good flying drones as well too. This drone is just too expensive for just the sake of flying a drone. But if your father is a prince, or if you're a prince, if you own a Burj Khalifa or something, then fine, you can go ahead and get it. But for me, I would not recommend you to get this drone just for the sake of flying. Alright guys, so thank you very much for staying with me up until this point. I hope you learned something from this, and until next time, I wish you a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and most importantly, fly safe. Peace out.